How's it going, guys? MJ300 here, and welcome to a brand new episode of our Arsenal Road to Glory series. So we're already at the halfway stage of season number 1 here in January, and our next game up is the start of our FA Cup campaign. But just before we jump into that, I figured better give you a quick recap of what we've been up to so far this season. We've had a really good start in the Premier League. We're currently sitting second. Last time out, we went through November and December. We finished off our Europa League group campaign with 6 wins out of 6. It was very good. We actually lost our first game against Man City there, remember, 2-1. But we ended the video and ended 2019 very strongly with a 1-0 win over Chelsea and then a 3-0 win over Manchester United. So in this video, we're going to be, like I said, starting our FA Cup campaign. We've got a game here that will play some in-game footage against Chelsea. So in February, we've got our Europa League knockout stages, and I've just seen. So our reward for winning our group, and therefore in theory playing a team that came second in their group, is a tie against Dortmund. Wow, that's talk about drawing the short straw. That's going to be a tough round, and we will be simulating because it's only the round of 32. If you remember the rules, we don't actually play any games until the quarterfinal. So yeah, we'll be playing the Chelsea game. We'll simulate through the month of February and into the month of March, where we have a game against Manchester City to play and a couple more in the Premier League. And obviously there'll be another FA Cup game in there as well if we make it through this game. So a quick recap on the squad. And if you remember, we have added Ake, Lamar and Neves to the team back in August. We're now in January and we could in theory add to this squad further if we wanted. However, it would only be player replacements. At the moment, I'm pretty happy with what we've got. We'll see how this month goes. If we pick up any injuries, and obviously we'll then go out and buy someone. The only injury at the moment we have that's a little bit concerning is Kolasinac, which is our only backup left back. Neves is still out for another month or so, unfortunately, but we do have Guendouzi and Ceballos to cover him at the moment. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. I don't think I want to make anything too drastic. I appreciate we could have a slightly stronger left winger, but I really want to grow Saka and Martinelli. So yeah, we'll just see. So we're going to go here with our round 3 of the FA Cup. As always, we're going to go with our second 11. Just need to make one change, which is bringing Tierney in for the injured Kolasinac. And then we'll simulate this game here away to Norwich. Definitely a game I'd expect us to win. There you go. You can see in the right-hand side, they've lost their last 3 games against Villa, Spurs and Palace. And we win. We win 1-0. And Nketiah off the bench to score. But Joe Willock gets injured, which is a little bit concerning because that was another one of our central midfielders. If he's out long-term, I just said, we'll only buy someone if it's an injury replacement. We may need to go out and get another central midfielder. Let's have a look. How bad is the injury? It's only 2 weeks. We can probably survive 2 weeks. We still have 3 central midfielders. Okay, so we're talking about maybe needing to get a new left back for the injured Kolasinac. Actually, it looks like he's returning from injury already, which is really good news. And therefore means we don't need to kind of rush out into the market and go and buy someone at this stage. I think long term, I'd probably still want to bring in another left back. Kolasinac potential. I mean, he's already 26, 27, so he's not going to get much better. Tierney's doing okay, but it would be nice to maybe bring in someone in that position in the future, but not necessarily needed for year number 1. Okay, here we go. So this is our first Premier League game of the video and the first Premier League game of 2020. We are away to Crystal Palace. We'll have a quick look, see where they're doing. From what I remember, they are very near the bottom. Oh, they've actually picked it up. At one stage, I remember they were, maybe earlier on, they were still looking for their first win, but they've now won 7. They're sitting in mid-table. It's a London derby, but we're pushing for the title and definitely for the top 4. I would expect us to get a win. Look, you can see there, right inside, they have won their last 3, but no match for Arsenal. 5-1. We just keep on pulling out results. Ozil with a brace, Pepe with a brace, and Ceballos also on the score sheet. That's a really good result. Selhurst Park is not an easy place to go to, so win that comprehensively is very impressive. So Barcelona have made an offer here, 12.5 million. The advice is we could even get up to 19.5 million. So let me have a think about it. Let's have a little scout around, see what other left backs are out there, and if we can pick up someone as a suitable replacement, then maybe we'll let him go. Okay, so I've had a quick look for a couple of left backs, and there's not really anything out there that overly excites me. But that being said, there is both these 2 options here, which Alexandro, David Alaba, I know Alaba said centre-back, but he can be left-back as well. 85, 84. They're both a little bit older, so they would help us out right now while Kieran Tierney grows. And then once Kieran Tierney is up into the 80s by year 2, year 3, we can then move them on. So they would be a short-term replacement. Definitely way better than Kolasinac. Better than Tierney is right now, so would improve our first team. Alexandro's actually, his contract expires in 6 months, so we could probably get him really cheap. David Alaba obviously is going to cost us nearer 30 million. So quite a lot of money. We have got the money though. He is a year younger. So then we just need to decide which one we go with. But before we do that, we need to find out whether or not Kolasinac will even go to Barcelona. So what I'm going to go here is I'm going to delegate it because I don't need him to go. He's a serviceable left back. So we'll say that we want at least 18.5 million. If we get that, we'll sell him. We'll buy him one of those other guys. But if not, we'll keep what we've got. In the meantime, we've got a game here against Sheffield United at home. I'm going to kind of chance it and go with our second 11 for this, mainly just because we've got Chelsea in a few days. So want to make sure we have our strongest possible team as fit as possible for that and no injuries. So we'll simulate into this here with this second 11. Still a very good side. Still hopefully more than enough for Sheffield United. And it is Lamar, Mauri and Nketiah all getting the goals. Nketiah, I've been pretty impressed with him. He's picking up the goals when he comes on. I think that's possibly his 5th of the season. So he's doing very well. I'm very impressed. But more importantly, we get ourselves another win. As you can see from the table there now, 23 games. We are level on points with City, but actually gone back ahead of them with the goal difference. Our goal difference is better by 1, and we are now top of the table. Look at that. They've only conceded 9 goals. We've been very good defensively as well, but scoring 60, averaging 2.5 goals a game is it's very impressive. I can't believe how well this team is doing. We've had an email in here as well now that Barcelona, they consider the 20 million too high, so they're not going to proceed with Kolasinac. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. I know we can bring in those other guys that are better, but if we do that, it does stunt the growth of Kieran Tierney, so I'm not that fussed. Kieran Tierney, I think, will turn into a really, really good player for us, and that's the whole point of the 5 years road to glory, is to build a team that gets better, not just buy the best players. So quite interesting in here, we've had AS Monaco come in and want to take Eddie Nketiah on loan. Now, I would have normally said that would be quite a good opportunity for him, but because he's been doing so well and getting a few minutes for us, I'm going to reject that for now and keep him as part of our squad as we now get ready for our game here against Chelsea. You can see now by resting all of our players, everyone is at full fitness, which is great news. And when we played them last time, they were very defensive and very poor. Hopefully they'll be a little bit more attacking when they're at home. But we'll get into this game now anyway and see if we can get ourselves another 3 point. Okay, so quick look at the Chelsea team here. Looks like they have made a couple of additions since we last played them. They've got Upamecano now in central defence with Rudiger. Kepa obviously remains in goal. Reece James are giving him a game at right back. Guerrero they have signed from Dortmund at left back. Kante, Kovacic, Jorginho still in the middle of the park. And Pulisic, Batshuayi and Willian as the front three. So looks a little bit stronger than the team we played last time out. But still confident we can get ourselves a result here at Stamford Bridge. Here's Pepe now with a bit of space on this right-hand side. Puts the cross in towards Aubameyang. But too close to Kepa. Aubameyang over the top here to Saka. Can he take it in his stride? He can. Can he now finish it? Oh, it's a good save by Kepa. The ball just wouldn't quite sit down for him. Aubameyang. Oh, I thought as such he was offside. Just didn't quite get back on. He's there. Oh, and then they stepped up. Arsenal here with a free kick about 20... Oh, I was about to say about 25 yards out. It's on the screen. 26 yards out. Not very good at these free kicks, but we'll see what we can do here. Oh, just not quite enough power. Kepa gets across. Oh, what's he done? He's passed it straight to Saka. And he's tapped it in for the lead. Unbelievable. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite so bad as that from the AI. I mean, they sometimes make stupid decisions. But what the hell was that? What the hell was that? Look at this. He rolls it out. And just straight to Saka. I was so surprised by that. I didn't even hit shoot. I pressed pass to to contain the player. And wow. Okay, so Saka with a goal. His 7th of the season. Arsenal lead 1-0. Here's Pepe now. Finds Ceballos. Looks to bend it. It's very ambitious. There's the halftime whistle. Arsenal going at the break with the slenderest of leads, courtesy of that absolute howler by Kepa. Here is Batshuayi now. Has a go, but easy for Leno. He'll look to put Pepe in over the top. Pepe's won it. Can he finish it from here? Here comes Chelsea once again. Has a go from long range. Batshuayi, decent effort, but it's going to take something very special to beat Leno from that kind of range. And that is the full-time whistle. A very boring second half, to be honest. Not much happening at all. Chelsea keeping hold of the ball really well. If you look at the stats here in a minute, I'm sure they'll have had over 60% possession. But they just kept passing it around the halfway line. They weren't actually progressing forward or doing anything with it. Yeah, there you go. See, almost 60%. But okay, so next up we have the fourth round of the FA Cup. We have been drawn home to West Ham. And as we've been doing all season, the Cup team will take us into this game and hopefully get the job done. As we simulate here, West Ham, another London derby. Not the easiest team, but we do get it done. 4-0. Martinelli with a brace, Lacazette on the sheet, and Maitland-Niles getting his first goal of the season. But we've got another injury to a central midfielder, this time Guendouzi. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. He's only out for a week. That's fine. We're okay there. Okay, so we're up to the transfer deadline day now, and as I've mentioned, I don't think I'm going to be doing any business unless we get any offers in for any of our players. Okay, so we haven't had any offers in for any of our players, so it looks like we're going to be sticking with our squad for the rest of the season, which, to be honest, I'm more than happy with. Okay, so just a quick update on our youth squad here. We've got quite a few players in here, but two really I want to show you. That goalkeeper we were talking about, Blondo, his potential is now 90 to 94, so definitely one for the future there. We've got this guy here, Yannick Moreau, defensive midfielder. His potential is 88 to 94. So again, another one that's going to be very good for the future. But right now we focus back on the Premier League and a game here away to Burnley. And we get ourselves a 3-1 win. The only downer is Ake got himself sent off after 5 minutes. So next up is a home game against Newcastle. Let's have a look and see where they are. So Newcastle down here in 13th place. Only won 5 games all season on 19 points. 19 points for 13th is very low. They're 3 points above relegation. 15 points at the bottom here. So like, yeah, from 13th, there's a big jump up to 12th for 30 points. This is why I think that the simulation engine is a little bit too weighted. Like the teams at the bottom are doing too badly and the teams at the top do too well. I mean, you're seeing Arsenal here. I mean, our team's okay, right? But if we discount the games that I've played, so basically every time we've used the simulation engine, we've won every game apart from one, which was a draw, which was away to Leicester. Every other game we've simulated, we've won. And I just don't think our team is that good that they should be winning every single game. But there we go. Anyway, we go into this game against Newcastle. So they've won their last 2, actually. So they've only won 5 all season, but won their last 2. But they lose to us. Muriel scores for them, but Ceballos, Pepe, Ozil, Aubameyang for Arsenal. Okay, so here we go now. We are up to the biggest game of this video so far, which is the first round of the knockout stages in the Europa League. We are away to Dortmund. I'm in a bit of a dilemma because we've played our cup team all the way through, but it's Dortmund who are going to be incredible. So I'm mindful that we need to play our strongest team against Dortmund. So with that in mind, sorry to the cup team, but this is serious. Away to Dortmund, we've got to put out our best team, which I've done here. And hopefully we can get ourselves a win. And we draw 2-2. That's okay. Sanchez gets 2 for them. Tierney and Ceballos on the score sheet for us. But 2 away goals, that's really, really good. I will definitely take that. Going back to the Emirates now, we have every chance of progressing. So sandwiched in between these 2 Dortmund games is a home game against Everton. And so for this game, I'm actually going to rest my players. Hope that they can get the job done. And they don't. They do lose. So there you go. That's... Obviously, there's that very subtle difference with those players of the overall. Maybe I should have not swapped everyone around. But there we go. I made a decision. Hopefully, it doesn't come back to bite us in the long run. Our target this season was top 4. It's not to win the league year number 1. It's to get back into the Champions League. So another round of training there. And 3 growths. Saka and Martinelli both 77s. Willock now up to a 74. And as I was saying before, maybe I rotated a bit too much. But with the game against Dortmund coming up, it was vital that we have everyone available. And hopefully it will pay off with a win here, or at least a draw that sees us through to the next round. So we're going into the simulation here. Strongest possible team. Come on, boys. Get us the result. Get us the result. And we do. We draw 1-1, which means it's 3-3, but we go through on away goals. Saka picks up an injury in the 8th minute. Please don't be too serious. We've just gone past the transfer deadline. He's out for a week. But the tough games come thick and fast. We now have a game against City. And we need to put out our strongest team. You can see there, it's the exact same position it was when we played them earlier on in the season. If they beat us, they go level on points with us and probably ahead of us on goal difference. Okay, so just very quickly, I've made a couple of changes just based on the fitnesses of players. So we're bringing Lacazette in for the injured Saka. He goes up top, pushes Aubameyang out wide. Ozil is pretty fatigued, so Lamar will start this game. And Chambers requested to start, which is fine because Luiz is also a bit fatigued, so he will partner Ake in defence. Pepe works it back to Lamar. And he's won himself a free kick in a great position on the edge. Can Lamar finish it? Oh, he can! That's absolutely beautiful. And with their first attack of the game, we win that free kick on the edge. And Lamar gets it up and over the wall, right into that top corner. Great finish. His 4th of the season. 1-0 to Arsenal. Here comes City now with Sterling down the side. And get the tackle in. Again, it's the same as last time. Cannot get near them. It's pass after pass after pass. Sterling with a cross in. And it's away. There's Bernardo Silva. And the cross comes in. And it's De Bruyne. And why do they always score headers against us? It's the exact same as last time. Thought we'd won it back with Tierney, but the ball fell kindly back to Silva. He chips it in. Who wasn't picking up De Bruyne this time? Look at this. Great challenge, but it just falls straight to him. De Bruyne gets in between Ake and Bellerin. Can't say they don't deserve it. 1-1. Here comes Guendouzi now. Oh, and he can't quite get the... Oh, and Tierney, he wins the challenge, but once again. And the cross comes in again. Oh my God. It's so close to scoring. Once again, I win the tackle and it falls straight to their man. Here comes Guendouzi though. It's out wide to Aubameyang. Cuts inside. Oh, how was that missed? Torreira. Lacazette. He's found Pepe. Oh, it's got to be a penalty. And it is. Pepe is bundled down and right on the stroke of half time. Arsenal have a chance. Oh my God. It's the underside of the bar and out. And that's the half-time whistle. And it's 1-1 at the break. But we really should be ahead with that penalty. It couldn't have got any closer without going in. Thomas Lamar with the free kick there, up over the wall. It's a beautiful free kick. We go into the second half here. See if we can get ourselves the 3 points. Oh, and City, they've got loads of space here. Oh my God. Oh, somehow we keep it out. But it's only as far as Rodri. He's turned him. And Leno saves. But Arsenal now on the counter. And here's Pepe. He'll want to get on that left foot again. He does. Oh, and he can't quite whip it across. Lamar. To Aubameyang. Lacazette. Can he find the space? Oh, he can. Alex Lacazette with a blinding finish. And Arsenal take the lead again. With just over 20 minutes to go. Can they hold on this time? Aubameyang into Lamar. Lacazette turned his man. And then used the other defender as a shield. Here's 4th in the Premier League. 20 minutes to go. Arsenal lead 2-1. So I'll make some changes here with the last 20 minutes. Fresh legs to try and shore it up. Ceballos, Luiz and Martinelli all come on. Now here come Arsenal on the counter. Pepe, can he find Lacazette in the middle? He can. Can he finish it? Oh my God, that is terrible. Take a touch. What are you doing? Over to Pepe now. Just keep the ball. Keep the ball. Switches the play to Tierney. And that's it. 92 minutes. They're not going to get another chance. Tierney into Ceballos. Can he score on the turn? No, he can't, but that is going to be it. And Arsenal get a famous win at the Etihad. Okay, so after that great win against City, we now turn our attentions to the FA Cup. We are away to Birmingham in the last 16. So I'm very hopeful that we'll be able to get through against them, lower league opposition. And we do. We win 3-0. Lamar with another 2 goals. Lacazette with the 3rd. Okay, so back to the Premier League now. We are still 1 point clear at the top of the table with 10 games to go. So really starting to get interesting now. We are home against West Ham. We've beaten them a couple of times this season already. And we beat them again. Luis, Ceballos, Aubameyang all on the score sheet. And we are now into the round of 16 of the Europa League. And we've got Man United. I think we're going to go with our strongest team again because it is United. They're going to be putting out a good side. With the first leg away, hopefully we can get ourselves a result to take back to the Emirates. We're going to get on and we draw 0-0 and both fullbacks get sent off. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. How does that happen? How do you play the game with 9 men and still draw 0-0? Well, hats off to the guys for digging in deep there, but it's very, very sloppy to be getting 2 players sent off in the same game. They'll both be suspended for the return leg. And we just got some good news that Neves is now back and fit. So he'll be back for that game return leg against United, which is excellent news. I think we've really missed having him in the middle of the park and what he brings to the team. So having him back for the back end of the season is going to be invaluable. But before we have that return leg against United, we actually have an FA Cup quarter-final game here away to Liverpool. First time we actually get to play the game in the FA Cup, and we actually get to use our second 11 as well, which will be the first time doing that. So really excited to use some of the other players and more importantly, hopefully get a win in the FA Cup. Guendouzi, early ball into Lacazette. Oh, good save by Alisson. Lamar to Martinelli. He's got himself some space here. Can he find Lacazette inside? He can. Lacazette's got to finish surely. And he does. Alexander Lacazette puts Arsenal in front in this FA Cup quarter-final clash. Really well worked down this left-hand side. And I don't know where the other centre-half was for Liverpool, but Lacazette, all the time in the world, sends it into the far corner. Arsenal lead 1-0. Oh, and it's been a mistake here. Lacazette, oh, he's been fouled by Arnold. Is he last man? Is it going to be a red card? It'd be harsh if it was a red card, but it's got to be a booking at least. How is that not a card? Oh, and Holding's lost it here. And Liverpool are through. Oh, and it's an equaliser. Such bad football. Trying to play it out from the back. And sloppily loses it. Leno with a really good first save, but nothing he could do about the second, and it's 1-1. Lamar has found Lacazette, who's found Martinelli, who hits it early, but Becker. Alisson Becker with a great save. I was hoping he might catch him off guard by hitting it early, but... And we're through again now. Ceballos, heavy first touch. And it cost him as the angle just got closed down. Really should have been finishing there though. Lamar, Guendouzi. Lacazette turns, hits it, and scores. Alex Lacazette with a clinical finish. Past Alisson from the edge of the area and right on the stroke of half time. Arsenal regain the lead. Goes one way against Van Dijk, turns the other, and just sneaks it past Alisson. And there you go, was literally the last action of the first half. The whistle's blown as soon as they kicked off. And we've definitely got out of jail there. I was just thinking, that stupid mistake I made at the back to concede. That's the second time I've done that against Liverpool this season as well. In the very first game, I tried to roll it out from the back and gave it away. So, lesson learned, do not play out from the back against Liverpool. Because with the high press, they punish you. Lacazette. He's found Martinelli. Cuts inside. Looks to bend one. Just didn't quite have enough whip on it. Sets it out far too wide. Far too wide. So last 15 minutes here, making a couple of changes. Sabas and Lamar go off. Willock and the returning Neves come on. Just keeping the ball now. Gendouzi. Maui. Neves. Lacazette. He's turned him. Can he find a hat-trick? He can't. But it won't matter because the final whistle has gone. And Arsenal are through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. It was a game of few chances, to be honest. We had a couple on the counter, but Liverpool didn't really create much in that second half either. I was waiting for the onslaught, and they had a couple of dangerous looking runs out wide, but never able to deliver the final ball. And we are now through to the semi-finals. 2 more games to glory. So it will be City, Spurs, Arsenal and United. What a draw that could be. We could have 2 City derbies in the semi-finals, or potentially even a North London derby in the final. So here we go now. After that great cup success at Anfield, can we repeat it here against United in the Europa League? It's going to be a tough game with both fullbacks out. So can we get the result we need up against United? Moment of truth. And we can! Alexander Lacazette and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, the heroes once again for Arsenal. And they win 2-1. And that was a fantastic last couple of games for Arsenal Football Club. Into the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Into the quarter-finals of the Europa League. Top of the Premier League at the moment by 4 points. Although Spurs do have a game in hand. And that seems like a perfect time to leave that video there. In the next video, we'll kick into April and see if we can progress even further in those competitions. And also keep up our pursuit of the Premier League glory. I mean, I really didn't expect to be in this position year number 1, but we're going for it with only 9 games left to go now. I hope you've enjoyed this video, everyone. If you have, please consider subscribing and giving it a thumbs up. We'll be back tomorrow for the next round of fixtures. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I will see you all next time.